Hi, I'm Jordan Kohlberg, and this is my social media analytic report and ROI evaluation for Ben & Jerry's Save the Swirl campaign. I'll break down what the campaign aimed to do, how the social content performed, what the audience sentiment revealed, and what the ROI looked like for when we measure both advocacy impact and sales impact. If you're not familiar with Ben & Jerry's, it is a premium ice cream brand known for combining product marketing with social mission messaging. That matters for PR because valued based campaigns can drive loyalty and attention, but they can also carry reputation risk if audience sees credibility gaps between the messaging and the product. Save Our World was a climate focused campaign tied to a limited batch flavor and a call to join the climate movement. The social creative leaned heavily on bold visuals like the product packaging, the climate message, and content that meant to spark emotion, urgency, and conversation. I evaluated this campaign using two outcomes: advocacy outcomes like awareness, engagement, and calls to action, such as signing a petition or joining the movement, and sales outcomes like the purchase intent and product demand. So, my KPIs are engagement, conversation quality, sentiment themes, and modeled ROI metrics like CPE, CPC, and ROI. The target audience appears to be value driven consumers, especially millennials and Gen Zs, who respond to cause messaging and are active on social media. There is a secondary audience of loyal Ben and Jerry's fans who engage with limited time drops and brand storytelling. Being mindful that this campaign took place in 2015, I used a hybrid approach for data collection. I used real engagement data from the public Instagram posts, like likes and comments that were captured in the screenshots that I had found, and clearly labeled modeled funnels for clicks, purchases, and petition actions because I don't have access to Ben & Jerry's internal analytics like Meta Business Suite, Spend, Reach, or Google Analytics. I had found 5 Save Our World campaign posts on Ben & Jerry's Instagram. Between the 5 posts, a sample generated 62,641 total engagements, with the top performing post being a bowl of ice cream with a tub of their ice cream. That generated a total of 19,700 engagement. But what's most interesting is the insight is that the melting or reveal style video that was created, which showed a melting ice to insinuate when the ice is gone, it's gone, it generated the most conversation per likes. This is important because advocacy campaigns need discussion, not just passive likes. From a content strategy perspective, the campaign's strongest performer was the product plus purpose in one frame. This highlighted the tub, the brand, and the climate message all together. The video format was also a very strong driver for conversation, which is valuable for awareness with the movement building. Now let's talk about sentiment because high engagement doesn't always mean positive impact. The top performing post, I was able to take some of the recorded comments and divide them into 3 categories. We have positive, neutral, and negative. I took 66 comments and divided them into those sections. We have 20% were positive, 38% were neutral, and 42% were negative or critical. The biggest theme by far was audience pushing back on credibility. The main critique was essentially that you're promoting climate action while your product is still dairy based, because dairy actually has a negative impact on the climate due to cows and the cows contributing to greenhouse gases. So they were asking, why are we not making it dairy free or vegan? And the campaign successfully sparked conversation, but much of that conversation shifted from the campaign's climate message to the brand authenticity. Now, here's the ROI view simplified. Using the real engagement sample of 62,641, an assumption of spending $15,000, the cost per engagement came out to about 24 cents. Then, using a modeled funnel, I estimated about 25,000 clicks, which gave a CPC of 60 cents. And the modeled total value combining advocacy and the sales value is about 19,800. That produces a model ROI of 32%. If we were to only measure short term ice cream sales, ROI would likely look weaker, but we included the value of advocacy action and audience building. The campaign's impact becomes much more defensible. So, what worked? The campaign achieved strong engagement and visibility. It created conversation and a clear emotional hook. The hero product creative performed best. What didn't work? The comment section showed a credibility gap that distracted from the call to action. Some of the tone became polarized and hostile, which creates reputation risk, and the landing page funnel wasn't optimized. Engagement may not have translated into action as effectively as possible. My recommendations for future campaigns are to lead with more short form videos and explainer style content since it created more discussion. Making a call to action clearer, such as separate buttons like take action now or find the flavor, so audience don't get stuck. Pin a clarifying comment addressing the top concerns. In this case, we could pin sustainability and dairy free options to reduce message dilution, and use retargeting to convert high engagement into measurable outcomes like signups and purchases. Save Our Swirled shows us how a purpose driven food campaign can generate strong engagement, but it also shows how quickly public sentiment can shift towards brand credibility. The biggest takeaway is that measuring success requires dual ROI: sales plus advocacy. And the campaign's comment section provides direct insight into what that audience expects next.